Hello and welcome back again to another video. I hope you all are doing wonderfully well. Today I want to share with you how I made this super delicious groundnut soup, or you can call it peanut butter soup if you want to call it that way as well. This soup is so easy to make, very delicious, and you will love it at the end of this video. So let's get started. For this groundnut soup recipe, we're going to need the most important ingredients, which is the groundnut paste. And for proteins, I'm using cow leg for this recipe. It is called kutudwi in Ghana, yes. And I'm also going to need some goat meat as well. I have cleaned this goat meat very well. You can as well use any protein of your choice. And I'm also going to use karo or cow skin, either way you want to call it. And I'm also going to use some salted pork and salted beef. Last but not the least, I'm going to use my dry fish. You can also use fresh fish if you want. So for seasoning, I'm going to add in my garlic, my ginger. I'll also need some bay leaves and a mix of dry rosemary, coriander seed, cloves, and some cumin seeds. You can as well use any seasoning of your choice. And for vegetables, I'm going to use 3 medium-sized onions, garden eggs, peppers, and turkey berries. And so for the turkey berries, garden eggs, and the pepper, I've cooked it already and it was in the freezer. That's why it's looking a little bit old. All right, so don't mind about the appearance of it. So in a blender, I'm going to add in all my spices, and I'm also going to add in my vegetables to blend alongside with it. Add just a little bit of water to it and blend until it is nice and very smooth. So whilst that is going on, I'm going to go ahead and steam my meat. So to steam the meat, I'm going to add in some tomato paste, a salt to taste, and the salt and the seasoning is always to your taste. I'll also add in some homemade seasoning salt or all-purpose seasoning, and I'll go ahead and add in all my blended ingredients to it to steam alongside with it. Stir everything together, cover it, and allow it to steam until it is nice and very juicy. And if today being your first time on this channel, hello, my name is Efia and you are welcome to my channel. Kindly subscribe and be part of this beautiful family. Thank you so much for doing that. For my peanut butter, I am going to add in hot water, and I'm going to go in with my spatula to mix it very well. You can also put this in your blender to blend right away, but if you don't have the blender, you can use this spatula, or you can go in with your bare hands and mix your peanut butter until it is nice and very smooth, just like this. This is looking so smooth, and this is the consistency that I am looking for. So now let's check on our meat to see if it's doing all perfect and ready. All right, so we are back to check on the meat, and it's looking all juicy right now. So I'm going to give this a very good mix, just the way I'm doing it. And since I'm using hard protein, the protein I'm using is very hard. And today's peanut butter soup, I am not going to cook the peanuts separately. I am going to add it to the meat to cook alongside with it. And when the oil settles on top beautifully, that is how you know the peanut butter is ready. I added the peanut butter to the sauce because I want it to cook alongside with it. So when the peanut butter gets ready, that means the meat also has really softened very well. And trust me, this trick only works when you are using hard proteins. If you are using soft proteins, I won't advise you to add in your peanut butter to your meat to steam alongside with it, because after steaming the peanut butter, you're not going to get any meat to chew. So now let's cook this until it is nice and ready, just like this. Now see how the oil has settled on top beautifully, and that is how we want it. It's looking all perfect right now. At this point, the peanut butter has really cooked very well. As you can see, the oil has settled on top beautifully. I know someone will ask, why do we cook our peanut butter for oil to settle on top before we know it's ready? My dear, if you don't do this, you and your stomach are going to be enemies for some days, and we don't want that to happen at all. Next, I'm going to add in my hot water. You can also use cold water if you want, but since the soup is already done, hot water is the best option, fam. Alright, so now stir everything together and check if the salt content is okay for you. If it's not okay, you can add in salt if you want. The salt was okay for me, but the water I need to add in more. Yeah, the consistency was a little bit heavy for me, so I added in more water to my preference. And I'm going to go ahead and add in my dry fish. Yes, this soup is loaded with meat and fish. Okay, so for the fish, as I said, you can use any fish of your choice. And I was having this snail in my fridge, which I didn't know what to use it for, so I added it to the soup, and it was a game changer. Alright, so now stir your soup and allow it to cook until oil settles on top beautifully. And now let me use this opportunity to thank you all my returning subscribers and new babies right here. You guys are too much. High five to everyone. Thank you for liking my video, sharing and commenting on my videos. Fam, I am truly grateful. Thank you so much for doing that. So now I'm going to go in with my pepper. It is optional. You can choose to omit it totally, okay? And after extra 30 more minutes of cooking the soup, look how appetizing this soup looks right now. It's looking all delicious and very appetizing. And so now I'm going to enjoy the soup with my fufu. You all know I don't joke with my fufu. You can also enjoy this soup with banku, rice ball, Chris Brown, abetie, or face the wall, any way you want to call it. This soup goes well with everything. Kindly try this soup recipe and thank me later. Thank you so much for watching this video to this point. Bye bye and stay blessed.